Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great and keeping safe in these difficult times. I would like to thank you and welcome you all. Thank you so much for taking out time of your busy schedules and attending this webinar session with us. Uh, I will quickly give a short introduction about myself first, then I will go on to introduce the panelists. Then we have a short introduction about our company, I2E Consulting, and then we can start. And once we are done, there is a demo lined up. After the demo, we will open this session for Q&A, and then we will be taking your questions. So let's get started. I'll start with myself. My name is Vivek Kadam. I have been with I2E Consulting for about 6 years now. I started off my career years ago in customer support, and then over the years I moved to sales. I look after the sales and business development at I2E Consulting. And I also act as an account manager for our clients. On the panel, we have with us today, Mr. Hardik Chasatia. He's the Pharma SME and Compliance Manager at I2E Consulting. He has huge experience of working in the pharma industry and has also worked as a validation engineer focusing on automation and compliance. Next up, we have Mr. Gokul Palani. He's a solutions architect at I2E Consulting, with over 25 years of experience in the IT field, focusing on developing, delivering IT strategies, delivering business intelligence and analytics solutions to meet business objectives of many customers. And then we have Ms. Tejashree Date. Tejashree is a tech lead at I2E Consulting with a huge industry experience in building web applications. She specializes in Java, PHP, and JavaScript. And she single-handedly has built the mind mapping tool of I2E Consulting named Mind Vector. Moving on, a quick introduction about our company, I2E Consulting. We are a software services providing company founded in the year 2008. We have offices in the US, in India, and we have a satellite office in the UK. Now, I2E provides both business consulting and technology solutions to large pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer, Merck, Novartis, ACG, Loxo Oncology, and many more. We are a Microsoft Gold partner, and our major offerings, they revolve around Office 365, project and portfolio management, data analytics and science, digital transformation, and lastly, staff augmentation. We are also an AWS and Automation Anywhere partner. Now, to know more about our services in detail, we can definitely catch up after this session, and we can show you our work that we've been doing for the pharma customers all these years. Now, as you all know, today's topic of the webinar is how can we achieve better control on quality with integrated QMS, DMS, and LMS systems for the life sciences domain. Now, without any further delay, let's just get started. Before we move on and talk about the industry challenges, I would like to tell you about how problem solving has been one of the top priorities of the business community in all these years with a story. It was in the year 1956 when a young entrepreneur named Ingvar, on his way home, saw two of his colleagues in the parking area struggling to put a bulky wooden table in the back of their car. They were struggling hard, and they finally decided to pull the legs off and put them underneath of the table. It was with that simple idea, Ingvar decided to build foldable tables, which would take less space. And then further, he went on to make furniture that not only was compact, it was also lightweight, and it was stunning looks wise. He then decided to hire highly skilled and creative designers in his team who would always have innovative and practical designs. With this simple problem solving approach and creativity back then and even today, Ingvar's company remains unchallenged in the business of home decor. The name of this company is IKEA. I'm sure you must have heard of this company. Now, how did Mr. Ingvar Kamprad, that's his full name, now how did his company IKEA grow so big? No, it was because he followed, actually he's followed many rules, but these are two of his rules that I like the most. The first is build around your customers, and the other is what's good for your customers is good for you. Now, he believed that many companies, when building a product, what he says with build around your customers is many companies, they, while building a product, think that, they have a great idea and they spend all their time, money, and resources in building that product, only to find out that the customers don't want it, or it kind of doesn't fulfill their requirements. Now, one of the best ways, according to Kamprad, to build a product is to talk to your potential customers and understand their challenges. It is only then you can give them a practical solution, and then they would be happy to pay for it. What's good for your customers is good for you. In this world full of companies trying to sell or make you buy things that they feel are a perfect fit for you, nobody actually tries to put the effort to understand what the customer's thought process is. The companies, they may claim to know the trends, they may know the industry, but they all, they just all put all the customers in one single category. And most of the time they fail to understand that every customer is different. One of my favorite quotes from Ingvar Kamprad is this one, where he says, to design a desk or a work desk that can cost $1,000 is easy for a furniture designer, but to design a functional and a good desk which shall cost $50 can be done by the very best. It means, there is this idea of people thinking if we spend more, we'll get the best. It's not that. It should solve the purpose. Now, this story was just to set the context to let you know, what is the idea behind us going ahead and handling the challenges that we face in our day-to-day lives, especially in the pharma domain. To name the problem or to talk about it, we have separate systems like DMS, QMS, and LMS. Now, in large pharma companies, we know that there are many employees and multiple units. Some units, they work in collaboration with each other, while others, they don't. Hence, we see separate systems and softwares for separate business units. Now, when you do this, there is another problem, that is cost. You have to spend a lot in order to have, all these systems. And the cost involves, the implementation cost, the recurring cost, that is the licensing and annual maintenance contracts. So it's going to be a big hole in the pocket of the investors or the company. And last but not the least, poor integration. Now, this problem arises when the teams, they have to collaborate or in order to, collect and present data, because these systems, they function really well individually, but since they are not tightly integrated, the collaboration is not that great. There are many challenges. I would now like to hand it over to Mr. Hardik Chasatia, who would tell us more about the solution to this problem. So over to you, Hardik. Can you hear me,
Thank you,
Hardik?
Vivek. Thank you for the introduction. Yes.
Great.
Can you hear
Share
me?
your screen. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for the introduction. I'll just share my screen now. Vivek, you have to
Yeah, I'm sharing it.
start. Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see it. I
Okay.
hope everybody else in the attendees can see the screen. You can, if anyone can just be kind enough to send a message in the chat box, that would be fine. I can see it, so I guess you can go ahead, Hardik.
Okay. Thank you, Vivek. Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be present here for this webinar. And from here on, I would be taking this webinar ahead. I'll also demonstrate a short demo that we have created for you. As I2E had been in business with pharmaceutical industry for more than a decade, and after providing solution to numerous organizations on numerous occasions, we focused ourselves to work towards resolving some of the biggest issues that pharmaceutical industry is currently dealing with. And after the pandemic, the need of the hour shifted drastically to what it was before the crisis. And after some research, we landed on few pain points from which we chose the issue that almost all of our customers has complained to us about, which was integration between major enterprises software and to make the remote work possible. To resolve this issue, we started to create a unique platform which will contain quality management, document management, and learning management software on a single platform, and which can be deployed on cloud so it can be operated remotely. And that is why we are creating Moncall. While designing Moncall, we had certain concepts in our mind. Now we took into consideration like we wanted to make the software user friendly, very easy to use. Then it should be fully integratable with other softwares, and to lessen the time consumption of human involvement with other different softwares to complete a single and a simple task. And also the major thing is try to eliminate the dependency on vendor for every single configuration or change. We wanted to provide best in the industry and much more user friendly and focused enterprise software. And with the current shift in quality requirements and needs, everyone is now shifting towards digital platforms rather than keeping the track of data with manual data entries. Can you guys hear me? Shit.
Yes, Atik.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Okay. So as I was saying, we are creating the software in such a way that uh, it should be flexible, and after implementation of Moncall at client's organization, they should be able to customize the fields and workflows according to their requirements. Because every pharmaceutical organization has different flow of work, approval and process, and those flows and fields according to their requirement can be embedded into Moncall with the help of us or their internal IT department, rather than adopting to whatever the application has given the organization to work with, which was the case until now. Or even if you choose to configure the software according to your need, user usually ended up spending so much money and time on those configurations, which according to us was a major drawback. And those software also lack the user friendliness and just were rigid in certain areas. So, it never completely solved the issue. As we are creating an integrated system with quality management, document management, and learning management system, it would now be easy to keep track of all of your quality events, documents, and training, right from generation to approval to storing and archival. Everything can be managed on a single platform with the addition of trainings that can be initiated right after the document has been effective. All of you are aware that if I have to create an SOP in any pharmaceutical company, I would have to take a change control. Now, a change control taking process can be done with our EQMS system, and the change control, and then I would have to fill out the data in the EQMS form, and then this change control has been approved, and you can now go ahead with the task. So I will start creating the SOP which needed to be created, and then after creating the SOP, I will again send it for review and approval. After the SOP has been effective, I can easily select a department or number of specific users that needs training on this SOP, and from our LMS software, LMS system, and I can easily give training from our LMS softwares. So, this will result in more focused and better quality events, maybe event management, and for the entire organization. Now let's move on to the next slide and discuss features for the Moncall. These are the different features of Moncall as you can currently see on your screen. Moncall will have every feature that is crucial for pharmaceutical industry. We are designing Moncall in a way that it will include all the checkpoints and requirements of 21 CFR Part 11. System will be thoroughly tested and validated from our end. You will only need to perform performance qualification PQ and you will be able to use it, which would reduce time consumption and effort for any pharma. Moncall will also provide automated alerts and notification to every user for an upcoming due date or for a document or a test which needs to be taken into in a LMS system. In any process or flow, user will be able to send the document for parallel reviews. Now, parallel reviews generally saves 40% more time than a single flow review, which would be very useful in many situations where the document effectiveness in a short span of time is very crucial. After that, issues, comments, and approval in the documents from all of the departments can be gathered simultaneously instead of going from department to department and then correcting the mistake and sending it the document back for approval and restarting the flow. All the different templates for different documents can be created and stored in the DMS. Templates will be populated by the data provided by user at the time of creation. So user can start the process of document creation much faster. And also user can focus on document more than rather than creating template each time they start new documents, which according to me, I have seen many people face the issue. Now automatic numbering and version control in Moncall is available for all the documents. Older version can be archived and can be called back whenever needed in document management system. Benefits of time saving cannot be denied when you are opting for electronic QMS, a DMS, or an LMS system. It saves about 60% more time, which was being wasted on a paper-based QMS system. Electronic system also helps in transparent workflows and improved communication between users, which will directly lead to better quality habits. This integrated system provides much improved insight on data and reports, which is very necessary in any organization. Now, every decision for the organization can be based on a firm data from the past rather than relying on basic instincts and manual estimation and projections. And reports will also help determine users' progress, performance, completion rates, etc. And based on these reports, organization can identify the areas for improvement as well as their strength and how they should go ahead in the business. Now, blended training can also be created in LMS, which has become very useful in this pandemic situation. As many users are working remotely and still training are being assigned and completed without any delay with the help of blended trainings. Now, around 43% of companies who has implemented some digital platform for their user are thinking about switching to newer platforms and applications, just because they are not satisfied with the friendliness of the system. That is why we are creating a system that, with being complex, also be very user friendly and easy to use. You can also be audit ready anytime with Moncall because you will be able to access any quality events, documents, trainings, and also maintaining these things are hassle free. As you are aware, this can be very helpful in remote audits, which are becoming the norms these days. Now, let's move on to the next slide and talk about different benefits of Moncall. I guess that you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Atik.
Thank you. Now, these are the benefits that currently Moncall is presenting. We are offering Moncall in cloud, on-premise, and also on hybrid model. Every pharma these days is moving more towards cloud-based implementation. SaaS gives you flexibility in terms of cost, infrastructure, training of personnel, maintenance, security, etc. And opting for SaaS it makes much more sense for most of our clients because they don't have to add more infrastructure at organization at this point, which saves huge upfront cost to them. And raising more infrastructure comes with headaches of its own. and it consumes a lot of time which can be used to implement the software, which would have gone otherwise to every stage of purchasing a new hardware. Then after the implementation comes the training of employees, security, and maintaining the whole system, which can be quite a task sometimes. SaaS basically removes all of these pain points for you, as running and maintaining the system falls on the shoulder of the client as well as vendor. So we will be maintaining system with you, and you will not be maintaining it alone. So any issues, you can call us anytime and we will help you. Plus, we have seen cases where many farmers, have multiple plants and many locations across or outside of India, and they might not have a central QA system. They might be following, and all of the plants might be following different quality norms for events, for all the quality events, and this creates a lack of continuity, which creates a certain lack of quality that some plant of an organization might be doing very good in audits, and some plants are always having some or other issues. SaaS-based application can also help to harmonize all of these different plants under one umbrella and help the whole organization to achieve their goals. Plus, and if you opt for SaaS application, you get the flexibility of license increase or decrease. You can easily scale up the number of users you currently have from the next month, as all the licenses are based on monthly basis. So if any organization scale up and add more units or employees, they won't have to raise more infrastructure for them, and they can just easily add all the new user or units to the application, and perform only required qualification and run the system without any new pause or glitch. And as I mentioned earlier, licenses will be on per month per license basis. That gives you cost flexibility. Cost will be needed to pay at the end of the year. So even if you choose to reduce the number of licenses, those number of licenses will not be charged to you from next month onwards. And lastly, in my opinion, every pharmaceutical is generally sitting over mountain of data, which are sometimes not fully utilized. And these data can be very useful for insights, or to plan the future activities based on past data. That is why Moncall comes with Microsoft Power BI, which can turn any unorganized pile of data into very useful interactive visualization of data. So you can use it to create powerful reports or user-friendly dashboards to track the changes or content that is useful for you. So the power of data can now be fully organized and utilized. Now let's move on to the next slide. Here we have a demo for you. Let me just share my screen and we will start with the demo. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. This is what a user will see when they log into their application. Now an eQMS system handles change control, CAPA, deviation, OOS, market complaints and incidents, audit management, quality risk management. All of these events can be raised and cater with our eQMS software. After logging in the eQMS system, user will be able to track multiple quality events right from there, like how many quality events are open, how many are pending for approval, how many CAPA or change control plans are open right now. And they will also be able to see a comprehensive graph uh, of all the quality events that has happened in the past. And this graph can also be changed in matter of days or months or weeks or years. So which is a very critical functionality for quality assurance departments. Also, a short summary of all the recent events can be seen here. Now jumping on to a quality event creation. Now this is what here user can see all the quality events created and can also create new events. Also, they can filter through these events based on different criteria like category, type, location, owner ID, due date, and workflow status. Now let's move on and see how to create a new quality event. Now, this is how a form for quality event will look like. Forms and fields will be created for our clients according to their requirement. Here, a user will have to fill out all the information regarding the quality event that they want to generate. And after filling out all the information, they can just save and submit this for review and approval to the respective heads or QA person. Here I have taken an example of leakage in the manufacturing plant, and for that I am raising this quality event. So I will fill out all of these required fields like here location, date and occurrence, then site, shift, and after filling out all of this required data, I can submit the event by applying my e-signature to it. So this is how a quality event will be submitted. And this is how a quality event submitted. And after the user has submitted the event for review and approval, this is how the reviewer will receive the form, and they will able to do an review of event, give it severity, probability score, and write justification for the same. They can even choose if correction is required or not, and they can write the correction right there. They can also choose if investigation is required, and they can also assign people right from here. If they think that event was raised and does not possess that much risk and does not qualify to be a quality event, they can reject this event right from here. And sometimes whatever information has been provided by the initiating user might not be complete. And in this case, reviewer can directly ask for more info required, and the form will directly go back to the initiator with the comments of the reviewer, and again the approval flow will be initiated by the initiator's end. And after successfully completing their assigned task, reviewer can submit the event to for approval to QA head. And as we selected that investigation is required, eQMS will directly open an investigation form where user can fill out details for investigation that they want to conduct, and can select if kappa plan is required or not. Uh, and if they have taken a similar kappa for the similar event, like this happened in the past, they can also refer the kappa number right here. And if there are any hard copies of document which with these digital forms, they can also attach it right from here. And after successfully filling out the form, they can complete the investigation, which will take us to kappa form, because we have selected that kappa is required. They can fill the kappa form and also select if effectiveness check is required or not. And on the upper side, they will be able to see the progress right here through interactive dashboard, and can also apply for extension of the investigation or change control. Then they can submit the kappa for review, and at the end they will have a new event created for them. So this is how the final event will look like. Now this was a demo for the EQMS system. Now let's move on to DMS system. I take everybody can hear me, and is my screen visible, right?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is how Moncall DMS dashboard will look like, which shares many similarity with our EQMS system. After logging in, the user will be able to see this screen, which will show them all of the recent documents that they have created right here, and their task, if any is assigned to them, document status, and quick links that they want to access. Uh, like they can start creating the documents directly from here, or they can import documents and can also create folders. Now, if they want to see all of those documents in detail, they will go to the document tab, and here they will be able to see all of this document in detail. They can click on create here, and they will be able to choose from range of options for the document creation that they want to create, like SOPs, BMR, BPRs, work instructions, and many more. If I choose the SOP, then this pop-up will be here, and in this pop-up I will have to fill up data, which will go to my template that I have selected for my SOP. So after filling out all of this information, I can go here and create an SOP, start creating an SOP. And this is somewhat the SOP will look like. And all of this data will be fetched from the back section that you guys saw. They can now, after creating the SOP, they can also send the document for review and approval to the respective managers or head. I have taken the example of myself and Tejasri, and I will choose myself to So the document will be submitted to me. So if they want to send for review, they can select here. I can choose my own name, and the document will be sent to me. Now the status here has been changed from draft to review, and the document has been assigned from Shankar to me. And all of those processes can be seen in the history tab. Now, if I want to get more info, I can send it back again to the user. If I want to reject it, I can reject it from here. And if I have reviewed it, I can easily get it reviewed from here. So after the reviewal, I can also send the document back to a QA head. And if I want to assign this document to someone else, I can also do it right from here. If I'm going on a leave, or the document that was sent to me was not correct and need to be assigned to somebody else, it can be directly done from here. Now, if I have assigned this document to Tejashri, and she will be able to see this document in her tab, and and the status will be changed as reviewed. And Tejashri, being a QA head, she will approve this document, and they can make the document effective, right? And effective with a specified version numbers also. User can upload and save different documents, can also withdraw old documents which are no longer in use, or can also supersede a document after new version of the document became effective. Now let's take a look at learning management system. Okay, so here what we have created as a learning management system or training management system. Learning management system or knowledge management system is used, to create different trainings or knowledge contents for user of the organization to learn and apply through their work. A user will see this screen when they will log into the LMS, which will show them a summary of all the trainings that are either pending or has been lapsed or has successfully been completed, and their certificates, which has been generated with the assigned training and yet to be taken training. In the training tabs, they can differentiate. uh, if I move forward in the training tabs, they can differentiate pending and completed trainings and can take the training with the closest due date. A training can be anything from a document, video, audio, or website link. And after selecting a particular training, user will be able to access the training like this one. We have taken as an example, which is a video training. And after completion of the training, user will be able to user will be directed to a quiz page where they will have to take the quiz and complete the training. In order to get certified in the training session. Questions can be of different formats like multiple choice questions, text questions, etc. And user must complete this training in predetermined time. After the completion, they can view their scores. And now let me show you what the department coordinator will see. Now this is something that the department coordinator will be able to see when they log in from their account. They can upload a training. They can make the training mandatory, non-mandatory. They can give the description of the test and choose the type of training that they would like to give, provide due date, upload a video, or provide a link, or make questions about the trainings and assign it to a department or specific users. And training will be shown to all the employees when they will log in with their respective IDs. Now, this brings me to the conclusion of my demo here, and I would like to hand it over to Mr. Vivek Kadam for further presentation. Vivek.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hardik. All right, I will be sharing my screen. Just give me 1 minute, everyone. Okay, Hardik, can you see the screen?
Yes, Vivek.
Yeah, we can.
Perfect. All right, so basically we are done with the demo here, and we would now like to open this session for the questions that you may have. So there is a Q&A box, or you can always send us the your questions in the chat box as well. So we're now open for your questions. So please go ahead if you have any questions for us. In the meanwhile, I would like to share the results of the poll that I had done. That's 1,000 and above. So I see that clearly there are many users. I mean, there are always more than 1,000 users for, you know, a tool like this. And I see that none of the tools that you are using in the organization, they give you everything under one umbrella. And clearly Documentum seems to be the, you know, first choice for most of the people here for documentation. Yeah, this was good. This survey gives us a lot of information about the kind of audience that we have. I'll stop it right here. I see that we've got a few questions coming in. The first question that we have is, what about migration from existing application? So Hardik, would you like to go for this one?
Yes, yes, Vivek. So any existing system, we will help you to migrate from any existing system, and we will make sure that your migration is smooth and you won't have to suffer any data loss or something like that, which is generally the case when you do migration of mountains and mountains of data. But we have done it in the past, and all of our customers are generally satisfied with the migrations. So yes, we can help you in this presentation, in this migration. Sorry.
Great. I see there's no question, but it's someone says good presentation. Thank you so much. We've got another question here, guys. How long does it take for the implementation?
So for implementation, I would like to say that it would generally take about 4 to 5 months to make the whole system live at your location, or if you prefer SaaS, we can make the application live in about 5 months.
Okay. We have another question coming in. What is the price of this application?
Right. So prices of all of the three platforms that I have discussed about are different. Licenses are different, and any one platform can also be sold to you. But prices will be on on-premise and on cloud basis. Generally, for QMS, the license will be two types: admin and read-only. So I'm talking about on-premise right now. So for admin, it would be 400 rupees. For read-only, it would be 250 rupees. So for the DMS, again the license will be divided into two parts. One is author, that would be 400 rupees. Read-only would be 250 rupees. For the LMS admin license would be 450 rupees, and users license will be 250 rupees. And
Okay.
for on cloud, QMS admin license cost is 600, read only is 400. DMS author license is 550, read only is 350. And LMS admin license is 650, and user is 450 rupees
Okay.
per
This,
month. Yes, these
yeah, this
licenses
is
are
a
on per month basis.
perfect
Yes.
per user per month. I'm sure, I mean,
Right.
giving all this information here orally is difficult, but whoever is interested to know more about the pricing can definitely reach out to us separately. We can have a separate call and talk about the pricing in detail. I can assure you one thing, that, you know, the tools that we see you've selected in the list, you know, the price of that tool. Those tools are definitely very expensive, and what we have is one tool that covers everything, and the cost, it definitely is going to be very cost effective. You know, there's no doubt about that. So yeah,
Right,
any
right.
questions related to pricing or the features in detail you want to know, you can definitely contact us offline. I see another question here, guys. It's so only DMS or only QMS can be implemented.
Yes, any
Yes.
system can be implemented, any one system. And if you choose to go for another system, it would be very easy. Rather than going for a different enterprise software, you are choosing one called second platform. So it will be easy for you to go live with it. Time will be short. Time will be, of course, shorter, and the implementation will be easy.
Correct. So you can buy the whole thing or you can go based on the model. So if you only want LMS, we can give you that. And later on, if you decide you want to go for DMS and QMS both, we can do that as well for you. Okay. Another question. Is it just cloud or on-premise? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hardik?
Vivek, now
Yeah.
we can
So
hear.
yeah, it says,
Yes,
is it just cloud or on-premise solution?
we are offering both on cloud and on premise both.
Okay. So yeah, we have good amount of time at hand. So if you guys have any questions, please go ahead. I see a few messages here. There was someone who was asking if we can share the recording. Yes, the recording of this webinar will be available on our website, and even after this session we will be sending a few emails to all the attendees. That email will also have the link of the recording, so you guys are covered, no problem. Okay, I see another question here. What about hybrid? Can we have some data on cloud and some on premise? Good question.
Right. Yeah, of course, we can do that. Tejashri, would you like to jump in?
Yes, we can definitely do that, and we can decide whatever data you want to keep on cloud and which data you want to save on premise. And yes, we can work on that.
All right. All right. So I see that we've answered all the questions. We'll wait for another 2 minutes. If there are any other questions that you may have, please go ahead. We're right here. We'd like to answer all the questions that you have. In the next maybe a couple of minutes, if there are no questions, then we may like to close the session for the day. We'll just wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. I hope you all enjoyed the session. It was good. It was informative. We would love to hear your feedback. Like I said, we'll be reaching out to you via email after the session. You can send us your feedback. You can let us know if you want to meet us offline to talk more about the product. We also would like to tell you that we cannot give you the name of the customer, but we are in talks with a big pharma company, and Moncall will be a part of that company soon. Okay, I think we don't have any more questions coming in. I would like to call it a day then. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. Thank you so much, Hardik, Gokul, and Tejashri, for your time. And to everyone,
Thank
once
you.
again, thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time, and stay home, stay safe. We appreciate you joining the session today. And like I said, you'll get an email from us with the recording of the webinar, and you can certainly reach out to us. We do such webinars every month, sometimes twice a month. So please follow us keep a check on all our updates on LinkedIn and even Twitter, I2A Consulting. That's it. Thank you so much for your time once again. You have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.